The association between a symbol and a specific plant name is managed in gCADPlus by attaching to a design what's called a GCP file, or a plant database file. That enables me in a drawing such as this to click onto this symbol, look over here in the properties box that's been defined as a Hebe, and the code that this designer's used, HBG, is in there. We can look at the attached plant database file by using gCADPlus plant schedules and edit the plants list. So here is the quite short list here. You can add extra columns to that list if you want, and cancel. Commonly we would go gCADPlus and show symbols with names to make sure that all of the symbols that we want labelled, apart from an existing fig and apricot species, and there are some others just labelled existing trees. So all of the new planting is now tagged with a code, and the name of the species intended to be planted in that position is captured. Well, let's load another plant database file, gCADPlus, and we'll attach one. And here's a list of some of the plant database files that are there. There's a very big one for the Darling Downs in Queensland, but I'll pick GARDENCAD just to show you the difference between the two, one short and one quite long. Do I want to replace the existing file? Yes, I do. Do I want all those species assignments cleared? No, I don't. I just want to show, I can pull down a little here, show you the large number of species that's in the default GCP file that's delivered with gCADPlus. The file can be used in lots of different ways. It's currently sorted in botanical name, but you could click on common name and sort them in common name, or sort them as annuals, climbers, ferns, grasses, ground covers, and so on. There's also a search facility in, if we come back here to find, down the bottom there, we can find any particular plant. Notice there's a Lomandra in the list, so type Lomandra, hit enter, and we find Lomandra quite easily in the list. Well, we've been asked the question, of course, how do you create your own plant database files rather than use ours? We do, of course, have quite a number of samples, and we've just finished working on one for Mauritius, so we do ask those of you in different parts of the world to give us a copy of your plant database file. But the question is, how do you make a new one? There are a couple of ways. If we go to here, and let's say we'll start up a brand new drawing, imagine this is a new project, we can go Tools and create a GCP file. That makes a GCP file, giving you a number of columns. If you want the plant schedule to be generated, do keep the correct order. If you want to add extra columns, add them to the right rather than insert them. So we have a brand new one. Let me cancel from there, because there is another way. If you say gCADPlus plant schedules and attach one, and you just, rather than pick one from the list that are distributed with gCADPlus, if you just say cancel from that point, that drops you automatically into a clean plant database file that you can work with. Well, this drawing has the GARDENCAD GCP file attached to it. Let's just check that. Here's the big long list, so we'll cancel from there. What we now want to do in this brand new drawing, imagine that we're wanting to generate a plant schedule, is that we want to associate one of those symbols with a species name. So set data to a plant, right click to finish. So if we pick this one, that might be a lavender. So let's just type that up. Could be the English lavender or a French lavender. So we'll pick that one and OK it. Having done that, we can pick this one and let's cheat a little and say it's a very dry site, not much rainfall. We want Acacia and Neura there, and I'll right click to finish. When we click that symbol over in the properties box, it tells us the name of the symbol and the code. That information is drawn from the plant database file. Click on this one, and that's an English lavender. Notice that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them there. When we go and generate the plant schedule, we'll just do the standard one for the moment. We're being asked for a text height, about 200 units, which will print 2mm height, 1 to 100 on most sheets, indicate a corner point, and then come across here like so and click. And there's our plant schedule. It picks up the symbol and totals things up, so there are 5 intended acacias and 7 English lavenders somewhere in the design. I thought we counted 5. Here's some more down through here. So I hope that gives you some indication of how the system works in associating species names with symbols.